Terms that have the exact same variable factors, meaning exact same letters and exponents, are like terms. In this activity, we're asked to express each term as an equivalent simplified expression if possible, then identify the like terms. Looking at the first row, there's only one term here that can be simplified. It's this term here. We have 3wzz, which means 3 times w times z, because we have two factors of z. We can write an equivalent expression in simplified form as 3wz squared. The exponent of 2 indicates two factors of z. Looking at the second row, again, there's only one term that can be simplified or written as an equivalent expression, which is this term here, 2sst. Because we have two factors of s, we can write this term as 2s squared t. Again, we have two factors of s, which is why the exponent is 2. Now looking at the third row, notice here we have the term 3xy, and then here we have the term 4yx. Typically when we have a term with variables, we write the variables in alphabetical order. So let's write 4yx as 4xy. Here we have 9sst squared because we have two factors of s. We can simplify this to 9s squared t squared. Moving to the fourth row, here we have -3 and then two factors of s and two factors of t. We can simplify this term to -3s squared t squared. And the last term in this row is -7xxyyz, because we have two factors of x and two factors of y and one factor of z. This term can be simplified to -7x squared y squared z. Finally, in the last row, notice here we have a product of two terms, 4w times 4z. 4 times 4 is 16, and therefore this product is 16wz. And then here we have wz times 5, which can also be written as 5wz. And then here we have -6ba. Notice how the variables are not in alphabetical order. Let's rewrite this term as -6ab. And now let's identify the like terms. And again, the like terms are the terms that have the exact same variable factors, meaning the exact same letters and the exact same exponents. Notice the first term is 3b. This term has exactly one factor of b. Let's circle all of the b terms, which will all be like terms. So 3b, -b, and 5b are all like terms. Let's see if there are any other b terms. Here's 2b. Now I think we have all of the terms that have exactly one factor of b. These four terms are like terms. Let's move to the next term, which is 10ab. Let's see if we can find all of the terms that are like terms with 10ab, meaning they have exactly one factor of a and exactly one factor of b. So 10ab and -6ab are like terms. The next term is 3wz squared. Let's see if we can find all the terms that have exactly one factor of w and two factors of z, which will all be like terms. "2wz squared is a like term with 3wz squared. There are no other terms that have exactly one factor of w and two factors of z. These two terms are like terms. Next we have -4s. Let's find all the terms that have exactly one factor of s, which will all be like terms. And this time let's go ahead and use check marks for the s terms. So -4s, 12s, and 5s are all like terms. And it looks like there are no other s terms. So these three terms are like terms. Next we have 2s squared t. So all the like terms with this term will have two factors of s and one factor of t. So 2s squared t and -4s squared t are like terms. Notice here we have 2 factors of s, but 2 factors of t, so this is not a like term with these two terms. And it looks like those are the only two terms that have exactly 2 factors of s and 1 factor of t. Next term is 3xy. All the terms that have exactly 1 factor of x and 1 factor of y will be like terms. This time let's make a rhombus to identify the xy terms. So 3xy and 4xy are like terms, and so is negative xy. There are no other terms that have exactly 1 factor of x and 1 factor of y, so we're done with the xy terms. And now let's look for the like terms with 9s squared t squared, which means we are looking for all the terms that have 2 factors of s and 2 factors of t. So negative 3s squared t squared is a like term with 9s squared t squared. And we are now done with the s squared t squared terms. Now let's look for the like terms with x squared y squared z. So we're looking for the terms that have 2 factors of x, 2 factors of y, and a factor of z. So negative 7x squared y squared z is a like term with x squared y squared z. And we are done with those like terms. The next term is negative 4, which is a constant term. All constant terms are like terms, or terms that don't have any variable factors are like terms. So negative 4, positive 9 are like terms. Looking at the remaining 3 terms here, notice these 3 terms all contain 1 factor of w and 1 factor of z, which means 16wz, 2wz, and 5wz are all like terms. I hope you found this helpful.